wanted to just take a quick minute to talk to you about home price trends, the Sudbury real estate market, and what is happening here in our economy. So today it is July 2023. We're close to the end of the month here. It's midsummer, but we're looking back at June of 2023 in relation to a year ago. So what we've seen from June 2022 to June 2023 is we've seen the Bank of Canada interest rate hike double, probably. We're looking at, it was a 3.2% or so in the beginning of June, certainly in 2022. And now we're looking at rates over 7% for that Bank of Canada prime lending rate. So what's happened here is that, yes, if you're getting a new mortgage on a home, you're certainly going to be quoted a much higher rate and you're going to be paying more interest over the term of your mortgage. However, what's happening in Sudbury with real estate prices? People are, a little uncertain of what's going to happen and what has happened in the last year. So I think it's important to look back at sort of our peak 2022 versus 2023. A lot of people quote average home sale price, and that is not really as accurate as our home price index, known as the HPI. So if you look at the home price index, that's a very comprehensive index that's been developed by our Realtor.ca MLS providers, and it looks at the Sudbury market as a whole. And it's a much better indicator of home prices. So our HPI, the home price index, has remained relatively unchanged from June 2022 to 2023. We have a change of about 0.6%, which is relatively minor. And that means our home price index is actually around that sort of $450,000 mark. Say it's 456, I believe. Whereas the average price is just shy of 500,000. So when we want to look at trends, we want to look at that HPI and see where we're going and where we've been. And essentially what's happened is interest rates have changed, they've doubled, but the home price index has not really changed. So that's pretty interesting. And why is that happening? Well, I think there's two pretty good reasons why. Number one reason is, supply and demand. We're still at a pretty low supply of affordable homes in Sudbury, and the demand is still there. Once consumers get to the point where they are ready to purchase a home, that home price of $450,000, $460,000 is still relatively affordable to other markets. Now, why is that? That's because our market has been undervalued for many years. So if you bought a house 5 to 10 years ago and you still have it, that is fantastic. You're probably in a very good position there with respect to that home value. But it's not to say that buying today is necessarily a bad decision. I think it's a very good decision to get into the market today if you can afford it, if you can afford those mortgage payments, and if you're in it for the long run. So another reason why our home price has not declined, even though interest rates have risen, and we see across Canada a lot of price decreases, but another reason is that our economy here in Sudbury is doing very, very well. Mining is at a very high demand. A lot of the mining industry here is hiring. All the auxiliary businesses are hiring, doing really well. We have an influx of students coming back to the city for the September term of school. Cambrian, College Boreal, Laurentian University, they're all seeing a lot of student body coming here, which is great for our economy, great for the rental market. And also, people are purchasing homes for their kids to go to university. And so that's also creating that increase in demand. So I think there's really good reason to buy a home now in Sudbury. I think our prices are still relatively affordable to other jurisdictions, certainly in Ontario and across Canada. And our economy is doing really well. So if you can afford to buy a home today, given the increase in interest rates, definitely not a bad idea. It's always a good idea if you're in it for the long run. So that's just my 2 cents. If you agree or disagree, I'm always happy to chat about it. Put a comment here, give me a shout, and let's have a discussion. Have a great day.